Sweet. Okay, so now if everybody could go grab a piece of paper and then something to write with, that'd be awesome. Already ready? I'll give you like 30 seconds to do that. Maybe you guys already have some at your table or something. Let me see. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about how we would personally define success. So basically, I took the question, what kind of life do you want? And I boiled it down to the sort of more basic question is, how would you personally define success? So what does that look like for you financially or relationally or in your job satisfaction, things like that. And so basically, we're going to take those kind of larger categories and draw them out on paper. You don't necessarily have to break them down into categories. That's just something that helped me. So, like, I have financial sustainability, good community, and engaging in purposeful work. So, I would draw out like a picture of my family or something like that. So, take 3 to 5 minutes, grab your piece of paper, something to draw with, and then we're gonna share our pictures. Does that make sense to everybody? So I'll just message you. So we're basically drawing what we want our future lives to look like. So within the next like 5 to 20 years, what are you thinking is yeah, I'll put it in the chat. That's a good idea. And for everybody who just came in, the instructions are in the chat. We're basically just defining what success looks like to us. Okay, I'll give you like 1 more minute, maybe. Okay, more like 30 seconds. Okay, so hopefully you finished drawing your picture. If not, you can edit it while we're going around. But so I'm gonna show you my picture first, and then we're basically gonna popcorn and talk about kind of like what success looks like for us in our future. If there's part of it that you don't want to share, that's fine, but maybe give us a little something. So for me, so I have a little picture of some stick figures right here because success for me looks like having a nice, big, happy family. And then so for my job, I just want to have a job that is thoughtful. I basically just want to live a thoughtful life. So I want to think about the way that I'm impacting the environment and the way that I'm impacting the people around me, and how I'm using my money and things like that. And then I also want to have financial sustainability. So that's basically like I want to have more money coming in than I'm spending. I got to work on that still. So yeah, so that's mine. Popcorn, Evelyn.
So for me, I drew like a house because I want to like own a house actually in the middle of nowhere. Just because I really like, because I'm an introvert and I really like to, live somewhere where no one really is.
Mhm.
And there's also like money because like I want like, a job where it gives me a lot of money, but also doing something I love. So it's just me just standing there being happy. And I'll popcorn it to Dar.
Okay. I also drew a house because I want to own a house one day. And I drew a heart above it because I want to live with loved ones. And I drew a stethoscope and a heart because I want to become a cardiothoracic surgeon. So. And then I also drew money because I want to have a lot of money. And I'll popcorn it to Latifa.
Latif, I don't know if you can hear me, but you're on mute. Oh, we drew a similar picture.
Oh, so I drew this family uh, and then I draw a museum because I want to live um, go job there
Oh, that's cool.
and and I want to sorry it's too loud.
Oh, that's okay. Do you want to popcorn someone for me?
I want popcorn to Carla.
I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see. Can y'all see it? Yeah.
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay.
Your pictures are good.
So, so like a lot of y'all, I put like a house because, yeah, I like houses and I really want to have like a really big backyard, for like the pets. There's a dog and some chickens.
Some chickens.
Cute. Then I put a family. That's what I would like. And then there's like, I guess for me, success is just being happy. I also put in like a Mustang. 'Cause I like Mustangs.
Nice.
Money. And then like the little Mustang goes to like my job, and which is like, sorry about the dog. Basically, oh, okay.
I would like to go to my job where I help students and there's like a lot of hearts, like it's a happy
Mhm.
where I love my job. Yeah,
Nice.
I'll popcorn it to Sagam.
Carla, you like planned yours out all the way.
I just got here and I'm still drawing my things. So
Okay. Why don't we do one more person and then we can keep going.
I can go.
Sweet.
Okay. I drew this because I want to travel around the world and I want a big house and career and a good investment plan and
Ooh,
a big yard, like Carla said, to
nice.
plant fruits and vegetation and also to make my mother happy.
Oh, that's sweet. Awesome. Okay, so based on listening to you guys, I kind of picked out some general things that we're thinking. Sounds like we all want financial stability. Great. Happiness in general, also a good thing. We want families. It seems like a lot of us really want families. That's cool. And then Ranjita was the only one, but I put down travel. I also want to do that. I just forgot about it. So based on these categories, I'll just pick a few. So what do you think are some ways that we can reach financial stability? It can be practical, like starting a bank account, or it can be personal, like I need to be diligent with my money. You can type it in the chat if you want.
I heard you can start in.
Wait, I don't know which two just talked. Does that make sense? Does that question make sense? Okay, cool. So Gob, why don't you start? Because I think you just talked.
Oh, okay. So I heard that you can start an IR Roth account, so you can like build up your wealth like that and start investing. So
Yeah.
that's like a good way.
Yeah, that's a great way. Retirement, especially if your employer can contribute to your retirement account as you do. So yeah, that kind of goes along with Ranjita, investing and things like that.
I would start a checking and a saving account where like I get the money from work and then every like month or I would like transfer like $50 from my checking to the saving so I could have some money in the saving account.
Perfect. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second. So it's a great example. Why don't we get one more example? Well, I'll change the category first. Okay, I guess financial stability. So I guess I just wanted to talk about like financial stability is a great pathway into some of these other things that we want. So like to have a big family, you're probably going to want to be able to support them. And that starts with getting a good job, which starts with going to college. And so I just wanted to talk about some ways that we can start that process now by thinking about college, by thinking about these things like retirement accounts and bank accounts and things like that, which leads me to the next activity, which is taking this lifestyle quiz. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to think about the job that we want to have. So Dar said, you want to be a heart surgeon, a neurosurgeon? What did you say? Something along those lines. I want to be a social worker. Carla wants to work with students. Cindy is in social justice, something like that. Sweet, yeah. So we're gonna take this quiz where we choose our job, and it's gonna show us the average income that person makes. So for me, it's like $49,000 after taxes. It's like 36. A little sad, but which means month to month I can spend about $3,000. And then after that, we're going to take another quiz, and it's going to basically break down the ways that we can spend that money. So we'll talk about savings accounts, how much of our money we want to save, and then travel and things like that. So I'm going to share my screen and show you guys an example, and then you can do it yourselves. I think it's this one. Okay, can you guys see the Texas reality check screen? Sweet. So the website is going to look like this, and you're going to go over here to your occupation calendar or calculator. And then you'll select the place in Texas that you want to live. I'm sure for a lot of us, this will be Dallas, but I kind of want to live in Austin, so I'm going to choose that one. And then you can either scroll through the career options if you don't know what you want to be, and choose one that sounds appealing to you. Or if you do know what you want to be, you can type it in here. I'll be social worker, children and family. You'll click that. And then after you get a breakdown of your finances, you'll start your reality check right here. Yeah, and that's the basis of it. And then if we have time after that, we'll talk about it. So how do I get out of here? There we go. So let me share this link with you. Okay, I'll put it in the chat. Does this make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Oh, that was something else. Hang on. Okay. There it is. And then as you're going through this, let me know if you have any questions.
I don't know where I want to live yet, so can I just choose Dallas?
Yeah, just choose Dallas if you don't know where you want to live. That's a good choice. I'm going to put our elevator music back on.
I think I'm done.
You're done? Sweet.
Me too.
You guys are all done. Awesome. So where did everybody land? Like, did you have more money than you thought or less money than you thought?
I picked Dallas, and I thought I was going to run out of money, but I ended up having more.
Nice. Every time I took this, I had less money than I thought I would. I think by the time I got to the kids section, where it asks you how many kids you want, I put like 3 or more. It drains me like $3,000. So
That's why I said I don't plan. I don't plan on having kids.
yeah. So basically, the expense breakdown, it was kind of surprising to me because, so for housing, I chose the least one. I don't know if 20 years down the line I'll have a roommate, maybe a husband, but I don't know about a roommate. So I just chose the least amount of housing, the littlest cost. And then utilities stack up and food stacks up and transportation stacks up. So just for me to get an idea, what kind of jobs did you guys choose? Or like how much will you potentially make?
For me, I chose nurse anesthetist, but I'm not really sure like now like what I want my specialty to be in, but that's like the closest option I could find.
That's fair. How much will you potentially make?
Let me see. I think it said like 160,000.
Nice. That's a great job. What about the rest of you guys? What did you choose and how much would you make?
I chose registered nurse, and for the annual like salary was like 75,000.
Okay.
And like with tax, like it's like 55,000 remaining. And like then at the end, with the family and all of the expenses, I had $457 remaining.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy to see how quickly the money can drain. So basically what I wanted you guys to see was that even if you have a really good job, you might still have to make sacrifices in the lifestyle that you want. And I don't know how much you guys chose for saving, but like you only had $11 left. Yeah, I think I have, how much does it say? Oh, I have like negative 2,000 right now. So great for me. But yeah, you might have to make some lifestyle adjustments until you can save a certain amount of money, or if you have a spouse or a partner, so you can combine your finances and hopefully that will get you to the lifestyle that you want. But I just wanted you to see that so you can see kind of the breakdown of finances and something that's a little more realistic. Yeah, and so just to kind of wrap it all up here, some ways that we can start doing that is honestly to take a test like this to get a better idea of where we want to be and where we are and what it costs to kind of live in the world. And then some other ways are like going to college. And so Eagle Scholar is a great program because you can work on skills like diligence and time management, and money management and things like that. So you can take those baby steps towards reaching your bigger goals. Yeah, so that's kind of my spiel. Does anybody have any questions before we all hop off? Hopefully that was helpful.
Yeah, I had a question. So when I was taking the test, it asked a question saying like how much of your income do you plan to save for like your saving account? And it had like percentages. So like how much would like 5% be? I didn't really get that part.
Yeah, so I'll just take myself as an example. So every month I can spend $3,000 is what my thing said. And so I don't know what 5% of that would look like. I'm bad at math, but let's just say it's like $50 a month. So every month I put $50 from my check that I get from work into my savings account. And the largest that it went is like 10%. So say I put like $200 into my savings account every month. So on average, or what people tell you to do is for when you're first starting out, when you first get a job and you don't have anything in your savings account, you want to put 15% of your savings account, of your check into your savings account until you get enough money saved for 3 months of living expenses. So that includes things like rent, car payment, utilities, just so that you can have that egg under you. And then after that, you can lower the amount of savings that you have, but it's still a good idea to contribute to it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Okay, I want to say something just about the jobs, because all of these guys that have all of this money left over, I don't know what jobs you chose, but they must be some really like they're highly paid evidently, and I would guess highly educated jobs. So the other thing to keep in mind is it's great to start to just choose things that look good. But the other part is you've got to work toward that. And that's the other part of Eagle Scholars. That's why we start when you guys are in 7th grade, so that you can start now planning and working. And so a lot of those, like those medical ones that you guys mentioned, I mean, they take a lot of, further education and everything. So you guys really want to prepare for that. If you hate science, going into that job for the next, or going into that career for the, for 6 years, 8 years after college, that takes a lot of work. So just, you can always come back to this Texas reality check and change jobs and see what that would look like. I mean, when I was your age, I was probably planning to be this lucrative business person, and I, like Makiah, became a social worker, and so the social work jobs, I love it. It doesn't pay near as much, and so I have to adjust my living style based on my career. So education is similar, it's not a high paying one, but it's something that I love. And so I value that more than I value all of that extra money, and being miserable, because for me it would be miserable to be in those other careers but not be able to have something that's fulfilling. So just keep that in mind, and always revisit this Texas reality check and see, okay, well, maybe you really like to be an artist, but your parents have told you, be a doctor. And, those two don't always go hand in hand. So maybe go back and see what would happen if you became an artist, and how you would adjust your living style. It's possible. It's just, you just have to adjust. You can't buy the BMW. You can't buy the, you can't go to the nail salon every week, things like that. So those are just things to consider.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, thank you guys for coming. Like, rate, subscribe, whatever. I don't know how to do that. See you guys on Thursday. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.